Nice to see you, Maria. Today is on the label that I put. I don't know if you wear this nice shirt that you have because you wanted to fit on the colors that I used to post.
Oh, I did not pay attention, but yes,
Okay,
obviously I did. That was exactly, it was totally meant.
because I use like a similar color like yours.
Oh, well, there you are. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. It was meant
Hi,
to be.
Alex.
Hello, Maria. Nice to have you here. Hello to our guests. So if you have any questions on today's meeting, please go on the chat and post them there. I will open the chat. So tell me about the communities, because I am a little bit, I have my thoughts about communities. You mentioned the Halt, you mentioned MBA, and you mentioned also online communities. And I have an experience, I mean, not only with MBA, but also with other, let's say, communities, online and on-site. And I have my, I mean, I am pro and contra the communities somehow. I have an equal amount, let's say, of plus and minuses on my head.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I want to talk about this is because I think it's a trend that's going to continue growing. Even more with AI coming in, people are looking for more in person or connections. So people look for communities because they want to connect with others, and they want to. Or, I mean, there's so many different sorts of communities now. You said, there's online communities, there's in-person communities, there's communities that get together because they're passionate about one thing. It can be communities that go running together, but can be communities that are passionate about building Lego, So there's all these different communities that are brought together because either through passion or through interests or through just wanting to connect together. And I'm seeing more and more of it, and it's becoming, I feel like, more and more popular. And personally, I'm part of a lot of communities, and I started thinking about it when we were talking about doing this, and I realized that I'm part of, I think, easily 5 or 6 communities. And it's something that's really helped me as a solopreneur, because I wasn't part of communities when I was working in my corporate life. I guess that was my community, my work, my colleagues.
Yes,
But
yes.
I didn't really have communities outside. I didn't have that many extracurriculars or hobbies or stuff like that, because I was just so busy. I didn't have the time. And now that I've been very conscious about, when I realized that it's very solitary to be on your own working at home, I needed to find people who could help me, who were in it the same way I was, and that understood my struggles, but also maybe could give me some advice and that I could learn from. That's when I started looking a bit around, and I found the Halt that Leah Turner has online, which is great. I've been in her community since she launched it.
Yes.
I joined also. Then I joined a group program because of the person who was leading it, Chris James, who has. Who's the coach for this whole program. But I didn't realize when I joining the program that I was also joining an amazing community, and I've stayed in it for 3 years also. So it's you go someplace for a reason, and then suddenly you might discover that actually you like the people that are there, that you have a lot in common, and that you can help yourselves. And now we even created our own, which you are part of also here in Barcelona, the MBA. And I just find each of these communities bring me something.
Yes.
And have helped me grow as a person, as a business owner, and I found it very valuable. I have, however, as you mentioned that you've had both, I've heard horror stories about other communities, and so I think I've been lucky so far that the communities I've joined have always been really great communities. But I've had lots of people coming into these communities saying, "Oh my God, I was in this horrible community, which you paid a fortune, and there wasn't any, it wasn't organized, there wasn't any engagement, there was no delivery, they'd oversold the expectations." So I think there's a bit of everything out there, but I'm lucky, but I feel like I'm really in great communities, and it's really been a huge help for me.
So I think, because if I see my life now that I live here in Barcelona, because before I was living in Athens and in Greece in general, it's a dry landscape regarding communities there. So here it's really, I think it's one of the cities that are really thriving in terms of communities. Now, the thing with the communities is that, okay, maybe there are some people that have these horror experiences. I never experienced a horror experience.
I mean,
Most of the times, I found the community is like a book where you read a book that is 300 pages and you realize that only 50 of them are super gold valuable, and the rest 250 are not that valuable. So the same happens also with the community. So there is things to gain. Maybe your expectations are not filled. But, I mean, you are always free to leave the community if you feel that it doesn't meet your expectations. So I left a lot of communities, but I also feel it's very hard in this world, in this complex world that we live. There is a lot of opportunity out there, but you need to understand the niche, and you need to connect the dots and see uh, that to make you an example, right? To give you an example, because it was what we were talking before about for example, you have the MBA where you have all these people that are like us, the freelancers. So I was investigating potential clients that I want to work with, and I went to their website. Now, we are not talking about the Lufthansas and those kind of companies, but we are talking about uh, proper mid-sized companies that they make some millions per year as a revenue. And their social footprint, their YouTube channel, their LinkedIn was like, insanely bad. I mean, I have no. So, why I'm saying that? It's because different niches of work have a different footprint. Okay, I don't know. Does it make sense? Does it?
I'm not sure where you're going, but
Okay, so because you have these companies, they generate millions, right?
yeah.
But you don't see them. They are not part of a community.
No, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah. They're their own community. They're their own
they
world.
are their own non-existent community.
Yeah.
Um,
So what are you saying? You'd like to bring them into a community?
yes,
Is that what?
I like to bring them inside, but what I want to say is we make assumptions. And one of the assumptions that we make is that, oh, okay, so Maria has an amazing, let's say, online presence on LinkedIn, for example. So if Maria has an amazing online presence on LinkedIn, company software technologies that sell cyber threat intelligence and generates like 10 million per year, maybe even more, should have like 10 times like Maria. No, no, no. So there are things that are missing. You need to have an understanding of to be able to detect what is the scenario in different paths that you are moving in different industries.
But so maybe they don't have any interest of being part of communities. These companies, no.
Yes. Well.
I mean, they're in their own. I mean, there are communities within the industries, right? So there's these events where all the CEOs from certain industries get together. They have among themselves. So
I don't know. Are there
that in communities, but they have their own sort of ecosystem, right?
every let's say industry has its own culture.
Yeah.
So if you are an artist, the culture is completely different than if you are like, let's say,
a banker,
yeah, or an electrician. Okay, so it's a different kind of people.
Yeah, but okay, but I'm going to go against the thing. It's like that doesn't stop these people could be part of the same community if they just had the same interests. So you can be an artist, a plumber, and a banker, and be totally crazy about hiking up the mountains, or skiing, or
Yes.
building Legos, or
Exactly.
so that's why I think communities are very interesting and valuable, because it brings people together from different backgrounds, social, ethnological,
Yes, yes, yes.
geographical, everything, but that are coming together for a same interest. It's like I find Toastmasters is a great example of that, where you have people from all over the place, all over the world, and totally different backgrounds. They're all coming together because they all have this same interest in personal growth, and so I don't. Sorry, so I'm disconnected with what you're saying about the
Yes,
company.
but what you mentioned about Toastmasters, let me please not totally agree with you, because again, the people that come to Toastmasters, they come from a specific, let's say, corporate environment. So you don't think so?
No,
No,
the people, the like I can tell you in Barcelona, most of the people who are in Toastmasters are not corporate people.
maybe in our club they are corporate because it's also hosted.
Yeah, but you're a corporate club, no? Are you not a corporate club?
It's hosted on
You're
the
hosted in a, yeah. So no,
on the
most of I mean, in Barcelona, I can tell you most of the people are not, and I know lots of people from outside that are not.
okay.
There are corporate clubs, but
Yes.
yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, but anyway, okay. So yes, maybe we are getting lost a little bit
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's I think the blurriness of my thoughts are maybe the reason of that.
Yeah, so I think so. Going back to like what's the point of having a community, and is it really valuable? Have you found the communities you've joined? So I thought it was interesting what you were saying about you come and yes. Now I'm going back. You said something and it sparked something in my mind about you go and you take the 50 pages out of the 250.
Hmm.
When you said that, something came to my mind was, well, when you're part of a community, you have to also engage, right? You get out of the community what you put in. And that's a reality that, the people who get the most out of the communities they're in are the ones that are the most engaged,
Yes,
the
yes.
most, yeah, engaged and connect and build relationships with the people within the communities. The people who don't, who sit back and wait, well, they're not going to get much out of it, because that's not how it works, right?
I am with you. I think introversy and not participating in communities and being introvert and saying, "Oh, it's a path to your death," basically. To your okay, so you need to challenge yourself. Now, the bandwidth that we have, and that's a very you use that word, my bandwidth, and
Yeah.
that's a word that I've heard it also from somebody else, and I find it an amazing word, because it's exactly how I feel. The bandwidth that we have, it's given.
Yeah.
And working on the computer, um, we adapt ourselves to this computer logic, which it's time consuming and takes a lot of energy from your mind. So I see also that my bandwidth is limited, and I want to spread it on communities that they make sense. So I cannot be everywhere.
No, yeah, I've left a few also because I started. I think I got addicted, and I was
Yes.
in too many communities, and I realized that some of them weren't what I was looking for. So I left them because I felt like I wasn't contributing and I wasn't getting what I wanted because I was not in the right place. And I think it's important, yeah, to have those boundaries around yourself, because your time is finite, and knowing where you're going to invest your energy, and also that allows you, if you're more if you save your social batteries for what is really important, what is matters to you, well,
Yes.
you're going to be more present, you're going to give out more, because you're going to have that bandwidth. As you said, you're going to have more to give than if you're spread too thin. It's a bit like everything, right, in life.
I feel also there is also a trap there, and the trap is that being active, it doesn't necessarily mean I am productive.
Yeah,
So you give the delusion to yourself, oh, but I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and from all these things, I noticed that for myself very strong. Now I'm quite in control. maybe not an absolute control, but when I started, I was consuming myself too much with words,
Busy work,
with working, that I found out that I can source that out and I can trust people more to do a work, and trusting people provided to be 90% a good decision. So the people that I trust to do a work, they do it as good as I would have done it, or maybe even better. So maybe there are going to be some gaps, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So, and the same is with community. So I will participate on this one and that one and the third one and the fourth one. No, you cannot do everything.
Yeah, you have to choose. Yeah,
you have to choose, and you need to simplify your life and have clarity in your life by doing less things.
Yeah, and then that means that the things you are doing, you are fully present for them.
Exactly. You are fully present, and do what counts at the end. The last year, I did a lot of things, experimenting on on how I can increase my work. I can tell you almost nothing worked.
Yeah.
But okay, I gained this experience.
You still learned. I mean, it's not because it didn't work that you didn't grow personally and you didn't learn about things, and now you're going to get to a point where something will work, because experimenting will bring you there, right?
I know what doesn't work. It's not worth it to do it. And many times I catch myself again that I say, okay, I will send these emails, and I said, but it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Why do you want to do that?
Yeah.
And there are things that might work, but might work for other people.
Yeah.
Or are things that might work, but I don't have the budget to support them. To do like a Google campaign, for example. Is it really worth it? Because it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive. I mean, what is going to be the return on investment if I spend every month, let's say, 2,000 euros on Google? I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. To
that point, actually, yeah, communities also cost money, right? Most of them they're paid communities, so you have to. So again, you're not just investing your time; you're investing your money. So it has to be worth what you're putting into it, also financially. For especially as a small business owner, you know, every buck counts.
Everything counts, but I mean, what was when the internet came? Because before the internet, there was like advertising was something that you didn't know. You know, you put like a banner, I don't know, on the street,
yeah.
You didn't know. And then came the internet, and you say, okay, everything is measurable. Now I will know. Yeah. And I think the complexity of the advertising online is on that a high degree. I mean, I am lost. I have to tell you. I mean, I can tell. I have my gut feeling and say, okay, I believe that, but not real metrics to say, okay, this is the exact thing that brings X amount of, let's say, visitors. So I don't know. Maybe it's on purpose also to have it so blurry. Maybe. So which are the communities, Maria, that you recommend? You mentioned the Halt. I didn't know about the Halt.
The Halt, yeah. It's a great community. I think it's Leah Turner, who's on LinkedIn. You'll find her. She's unmissable. And she's created something incredible. And there's, I think, between 400 or 600 people in there. And she has a waiting list of 1,200 people wanting to get it. But it's
Leah Turner is from the Halt.
She's running the Halt.
She's running the Halt.
The Halt is the House of Leah Turner. And she's created a community of small business owners, solopreneurs, people who, you know, didn't feel at their place anywhere and were looking for, you know, somewhere they could connect and support each other. And there's huge support within the group. People are really, you know, helping each other, doing things together, getting together, meeting. I mean, a lot of them are in England, so they also do meetups in person. But she has master classes in the Halt also, and there's always stuff going on, and it's a lovely community. It's just a really nice community, lovely people, and just a great vibe, and totally recommend it.
But your opinion regarding the Halt, for example. Okay, let's take that for example. So the people that are in the Halt, they are more or less, let's say, the same.
As me. Same.
No,
No.
the same. I mean, they are, because those people want to sell to other people that
So
most probably are
you
not
don't
part of
sell
the whole.
you don't sell to each other within the halt. That's it's not a thing where you come and pitch the others. No, it's about, some people have worked together, but it's
Yes.
through building relationships, getting to know each other, and then some people might, when they need someone, there's a lot of referral happening in there. Also, people refer to other people.
Sure.
They refer their clients to each other. So, and then it might organically come into a, to a business opportunity, but that's not the primary function of the group. And it's definitely, you're not allowed to go in and pitch your services to others in there. So there is an opportunity to talk about your services once a week on a specific channel. So if people want to find out what you're doing, you can. But it's not, you don't go in there and get pitched by 500 people. That's not what.
Yes. So when I use the word sell, I don't necessarily mean to direct sell, but
Yeah.
I mean to.
Yeah, there's opportunities. I've recommended people in the hall to some of my clients. Some people ask me, they're looking for someone. If I'm not sure, if I don't know anybody in, that they're asking me about, I'll go into the halt and look up the people in the halt and say, oh, there's somebody there, and I know the people in that community. I feel good recommending them because it's a community of people who are nice and who are hardworking. And so yeah, it's a great way to, I think she's built something that's really working, and she's very good at it. And managing a community is really hard. I'm realizing
I
that with
believe you. I believe you.
MBA. And we're doing this on the side as a side. She's doing this full time, and she has a team also, and I think you need it. You really need support. But to keep the people engaged, to keep them interested, to keep giving value constantly, it's a lot of work. And so I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want to start a community. I don't think everybody realizes, when we started ours, we had no idea that it was going to grow so quickly either. We were like, oh, it's just going to be, we're going to be 20 people and we get together, and then suddenly, the thing became something else.
How many people are now in the MBA?
We're 40 members.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 members. And yeah, we've been consistent in getting people in regularly. New people are joining regularly. So
Yes, it's not bad for the view. I mean,
yeah,
it's
well, when it's in person, there's a limit on space, so our limit is going to be 60. So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
there's a reality there too.
But why you say that it's going to be a limit? We can find a bigger place to do the meetings.
We can find bigger place. Again, this is a side hustle for us. It's everything takes time. You have to find places. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and we want to make sure we're growing this in a meaningful way. So that's, that the Metropolitan Business Association is not just like new people in every week, because that's what happened at the beginning. We had so many new people, like we'd end up with 30 guests every session, and you didn't get time to get to know the people that were there. And the whole point of the community is to get people to know each other, to know each other's business, to be able to refer each other, support each other, collaborate. So we need to pace it to make sure people get those opportunities to actually get to know each other and build those relationships. And that's really important.
If somebody wants to investigate and be part of a community and wants to find out a community that fits him, where should he search?
Well, online, in person. I mean, here in Barcelona, as you said, there's a lot of communities. I think you need to go. Most of these places, they let you come in as a trial or, as a guest to see if the place. I'm sure all the other big cities have that sort of thing too. They have meetups, they have things like that. You can go in as a guest and see if it's your vibe, if it's your people, if it clicks. Because I think that's what's important. You have to click with the group and feel like you have the same sort of interests. And online, I think it's a bit the same thing. Typically the halt, well, there's such a long waiting list that people come in through recommendations. So I'm a member. I can bring people in because I'm recommending them. So my voice is trusted, that I can bring in someone who's going to fit the community, right?
Yes.
So that's how it works. But I think that's the future. A lot of a lot of people are looking at starting communities, and I do think that it's going to become more and more popular because people want to create more connections, because we're spending more and more time behind screens, and we want to be
For
speaking
me,
to people, not just chat GPT all day, right?
for me, but one of the biggest reasons that I visit the MBA is that I see you guys in person. I mean, if it was online, I wouldn't be that, because I am fed
I
with
agree.
the online all the day. I'm in front of a computer, so
Exactly.
I
But it's
really
interesting. It's interesting you say that, because we started we're doing it twice a month, right? And so the Tuesday we're not meeting in person, we said, okay, well, let's give people the opportunity to join us online if they want to. And we decided to start this Biz
yes.
Boost, and it's not taking off. So I think, to your point, I think what makes our community really valuable, it's the in-person side. So we are going to be making some tweaks to see if it has to do with the time, or if it has to do with the content, if we need to, because we want to make this valuable for the people. Obviously, if it's just another hour on a screen and people don't want to do it, well, we're not going to do it. But it's trial and error, I guess. But to your point, I do think the in-person, face-to-face is what's the most
For
valuable.
me, it's absolutely it's critical, that, because I can't no more anymore, Maria, to be in front of a
The
computer.
screen, yeah.
I don't want the screen. And I told you at the beginning, I'm reading more books because I saw a video the other day that this screening and constant scrolling your it
Fries your brain.
fucks your brain. I'm sorry, my English, but it really brings down the attention span.
Yeah.
I
I can feel it in me. I can see that my attention span, I used to be able to really focus I can feel my attention span, and I've been thinking about, I need to do something about it. But yeah,
Exactly. It's kind of a meditation for me. It's not only reading the book, it's putting the effort to concentrate on something for 20 minutes, let's say.
that's why we also have the book club. Are you part of the book club?
I'm
Because we
not.
meet in person. So we have the book club and we meet in person.
Okay. Tell me
Nothing.
more.
I
Tell
will
me.
tell you more afterwards. And we also have the social drinks, which are Friday evening. This
But
Friday.
Friday evening is kind
You're
of
going
tough.
on holiday. You're going
Yes.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, no, that's why we're trying to do different things on the side, and we're going to be also doing pitching clinics and events. Behind the scenes events, yeah, something we're going to try and get special accesses to places that are not that accessible, to give our members some exclusivity
Yes.
on that. So yeah, and we're doing but you're not going to be here, you're on vacation. We're going to the comedy club as well, to raise.
Yes, I read.
Yeah, we're doing a fundraiser for homeless entrepreneur, and
Yes.
in partnership with the comedy club, and so we're doing an evening of fun to
Yes.
raise money for charity.
Very good.
So lots of in-person opportunities.
Exactly. The in-person is critical for me. It's
Yeah.
critical. I really like to attend these events.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, when you're back from holidays.
When I'm back from holidays, I have big plans from September and on.
Oh, okay. And so overall, are you for or against communities? What's your?
I am absolutely for communities, absolutely, and the way it developed, because communities, I don't know for you, but for me in the past, communities, I was a kind of scared about, because it was associated with, I don't know, with networking or Scientology, I don't know, or they invited you in something that it was the alibi for something else, and
Yeah, you feel like it's a trap.
It was kind of a trap, yes. And I remember when I was younger, I went to some events, and at the end it was Amway participate or like things like that,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
think nowadays, I mean, I can see how that used to happen. I think now with internet and reviews and lots of people talk, it's very easy to do some research on something before you go there, on whether it's an event, whether it's a community. You can easily find people who are going to give you some information about it, or at least find reviews online. Huh?
I was many times in this. Now that you remind me, I was many times invited in all these Amway kind of stylish. No, it's not what you think. It's not. And I go there, and it's the same thing. It's maybe not for cosmetics, for something else, but the same logic behind.
Tupperware. They're trying to sell you.
Tupperware, cosmetics.
Yeah. Okay.
Many different.
Or sell you stock or something. Yeah.
Yes, the
No,
whole.
I think that, yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't call those communities. That's pyramid
Exactly.
schemes.
The pyramid scheme, but it's not that. It's the there is a trap. They deceive you in somehow.
Yeah.
That's
No, good point. I think the important is like you need to figure out what you're looking for, and often you don't know till you found that community. I feel like I didn't realize I was joining all these different communities. I just got attracted by something or someone, or that made me think, oh, this is interesting, and then suddenly I discover a whole group of people that have the same interests as me, or that that are super interesting, and suddenly you're part of it. So I think it's about figuring out which one is for you, and it's finding your tribe.
Absolutely. You need to experiment, and you have nothing to lose. If something it's not for you, then you can always go, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
So thanks for the conversation, Maria. Very nice.
Welcome.
See you every 2 weeks. We will have another topic in 2 weeks from now. So fantastic.
You'll be back from holiday, all tanned.
I'll be tanned and renewed. Exactly.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.